Hello and welcome to the archive. This time, the music in the playlist requires rather a loose definition of music to actually be called music. It's sound art, collage. The centre of the programme, the main course, is called Poltergeist, and it was created in 2014. I was playing around with a piece of software called Max MSP. It's sort of like a coding language. You can set it up to do almost anything. It can play samples, generate sounds, generate video. If it detects movement on a camera, it could be set to open a door. If it hears a particular pitch, it could trigger a random number generator, the result of which makes something else happen. I set up this audio analysis patch, which would take the sounds I improvised and do strange things with them. It would trigger delays, distortion,
pitch manipulation.
The result is very eerie. There are 4 other short pieces in this playlist, 2 either side. All of these were created in 2014. First up, Am I My Mitochondria? Every animal cell contains mitochondria, which produce the energy that the cell uses. The interesting thing about mitochondria is that at one point they were independent organisms, bacteria, which were swallowed by larger single-celled organisms. Some of these swallowed bacteria continued to live symbiotically inside the larger cell. And so, if you're of a philosophical bent, you might enjoy considering the question, where does one organism end and the next begin? Am I my mitochondria? Well, most of the sounds that you hear are twisted vocalizations.
Made higher pitched,
lower pitched, stretched out,
augmented,
disintegrated. There's also some cheesy guitar stuff. The second piece you'll hear is called Mozzies. I originally created this as the accompaniment to a short poem. The poem was something like this. I find myself in a room full of mosquitoes. I offer my body to the swarm. After Poltergeist, the third piece is called The Medium is the Message. This phrase is synonymous with Marshall McLuhan. How we consume information profoundly affects the balance of our sensory perception. It isn't so much what you read in a book as the book itself that leaves an impression on you. The final piece is called sonokinesis, from the Latin and the Greek sound movement. There are scientists who've used sound waves of particular frequencies to levitate small objects. But if, like me, you're more interested in dubious archaeology, your Graham Hancocks, and in pseudoscience, your Charles Darwins, then picture a circle of druids humming and whistling, producing unusual combinations of frequencies that would cause the great henges of southwestern England to levitate and be stacked on top of one another. Were the great pyramids of Giza built using sonokinesis? The music, if you're inclined to call it that, is an audio collage of me whistling. Who knows what sorts of sounds might be involved in sonokinesis? Alright, that's enough of that. Let's get on with the music.